Have you ever stopped to think about why you were born under the sign of Gemini? Was it just a twist of fate? Or is there a greater purpose written in the stars even before your arrival in this world? What if I told you that you didn't come here by accident, that your soul chose to be born under this sign because it had very specific missions to fulfill in this life? Missions so important that the universe itself needed someone with your unique characteristics to accomplish them. Today you will discover the 7 sacred spiritual missions entrusted to the sign of Gemini. And as you hear each one, you will begin to understand why so many situations have happened in your life, why you have always felt different, why some things seem so natural to you while other people can't even comprehend them. If you were born between May 21st and June 21st, pay close attention, because what you are about to hear is not just about astrology, it's about the calling of your soul, about the reason why you are here, breathing, living, feeling. There are people who go through life without discovering their true purpose, but you won't be one of them. By the end of this video, you will look at your journey with new eyes. You will understand that every challenge, every talent, every curiosity you've always had is part of a much larger divine plan. And who knows, by recognizing these missions, you may finally begin to live them fully and consciously. Because when Gemini awakens to its true role in this world, the transformation doesn't just happen within you, it spreads to everyone around you like waves of light. So take a deep breath, open your heart and mind, and prepare for a revelation that can completely change the way you see your own existence. Mission 1. To be the bridge between different worlds and realities. Gemini's first spiritual mission is something few signs can fully grasp, but you've always felt it within yourself, even without knowing how to name it. You came into this world to be a bridge, a living connection between worlds, realities, people, and ideas that would never meet if it weren't for you. Think about it. How many times in your life have you found yourself between two completely different groups? How many times have you been the one who managed to make people who think in opposite ways understand each other? This isn't luck, it isn't coincidence. It's your spiritual mission manifesting. The universe chose Gemini to be the mediator, the translator between worlds. You can converse with the scientist and the mystic, the young and the old, the rich and the poor, and make everyone feel understood. This is a rare ability, a sacred gift placed in your soul even before you were born. But this mission goes far beyond human relationships. You are also the bridge between the material world and the spiritual world. Your agile mind, your boundless curiosity, your ability to see things from multiple angles. All of this exists because you need to move between different dimensions of reality. While other signs are stuck in a single way of seeing the world, you can dance between various perspectives. And it is precisely this flexibility that allows you to connect what seems disconnected. You know when you have a sudden intuition, an idea that comes out of nowhere, a creative solution that no one else has thought of? This happens because you are accessing information from other layers of reality. Your antenna is always on, picking up messages that come from beyond the visible world. But here is the challenge of this mission. Being a bridge means that you will often feel in the middle, without completely belonging to either side. There will be times when you feel divided, questioning your own identity, wondering who you really are when you can be so many different things. And this is where the great spiritual lesson lies. You don't need to choose just one side. Your dual nature is not a flaw. It is your greatest strength. You were made to move, not to be trapped, to be free like the wind that blows in all directions. When you accept this, when you stop fighting against your own nature and embrace your role of connecting worlds, you become a powerful channel for transformation. The people around you begin to open themselves to new possibilities because you show that it's possible to live beyond boxes, beyond limitations. You teach, without needing to preach, that life is much richer when we stop being rigid and allow ourselves to explore all facets of existence. And the universe knows this. That's why it placed this restlessness in you, this need to know, to converse, to exchange ideas. Every conversation you have, every person you meet, every new piece of information you absorb is fulfilling your mission of being the bridge. You are literally weaving a network of invisible connections that keeps the world united. Without Gemini, there would be much more division, much more misunderstanding, much more isolation. You came here to heal these separations through the power of communication and understanding. So the next time you feel lost between two worlds, remember, you are not lost, you are exactly where you should be, fulfilling the sacred mission of uniting what has been separated. Mission 2. Spread knowledge and awaken sleeping minds. Gemini's second spiritual mission is directly linked to the power of words, ideas, and knowledge. You didn't just come to learn. You came to teach, to awaken, to ignite the flame of curiosity in dormant minds. Think of yourself as a cosmic messenger, someone chosen to carry important information and spread these seeds of wisdom wherever you go. Your need to communicate is not superficial, it is profoundly spiritual. Every time you share an idea, a discovery, a reflection, you are literally changing the vibrational frequency of the listener. Words have creative power, and Gemini knows how to use this power better than anyone. You may not realize it, but there is a spiritual reason why you can't stay quiet when you discover something new. There is a reason why you feel this urgency to tell, to share, to make others see what you have seen. This urgency comes from your soul, which knows that knowledge only has value when it is shared, when it circulates, when it transforms lives beyond your own. The universe has entrusted you with the mission of keeping the flow of information alive, always circulating, because it is through this movement that collective consciousness evolves. But here's something important you need to understand. People won't always want to hear what you have to say. They won't always value the knowledge you offer. Many times you will speak and feel that your words fell on deaf ears, that no one paid attention, that it was in vain. But it wasn't. It's never in vain. Even when it seems like no one is listening, your words plant seeds that will germinate at the right time. You don't need to see the immediate result of your impact for it to be real. The minds you awaken today may take months, even years to flourish, but they will flourish. And it all started with you, with a conversation, with an idea you shared. That's the beauty of your mission. You are part of an infinite current of knowledge that crosses generations. What you learn today and share tomorrow can change someone's path 10 years from now. And the most beautiful thing is that you won't even know it, because your mission isn't about recognition, it's about service. It's about being a divine instrument so that the light of understanding reaches where it needs to reach. Now, you also need to be careful of a trap in this mission, the temptation to speak without listening. Gemini sometimes get so excited to share that they forget to absorb. And part of your mission is also to be a receiver, an eternal learner. You cannot awaken minds if your own mind is closed. Therefore, balance is fundamental. Speak yes, but also listen. Teach yes, but also learn. Because the truly wise person is the one who knows that they never know enough, that there is always more to discover, more to understand. And you, Gemini, have this intellectual humility within you when you are aligned with your spiritual mission. You don't spread knowledge to show yourself superior. You do it because you genuinely love the process of discovery and want others to feel that same joy. You want people to free themselves from ignorance, to open their eyes to the infinite possibilities of existence. And every time you manage to do that, every time you see that light turn on in the eyes of someone who has finally understood something new, you are fulfilling your divine mission. Keep sharing, keep talking, keep being curious and asking questions. The world needs Geminis precisely for that reason, because you don't let things stagnate, you keep thought alive, questioning, always in motion. And it is through this constant movement that humanity evolves. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Let's continue with our video now. Mission 3. Bring lightness and joy to a world that takes itself too seriously. Gemini's third spiritual mission may seem simple at first glance, but it is one of the most important and necessary at this moment in humanity. You came here to bring lightness, humor, joy, and a youthful spirit to a world that has forgotten how to smile. Look around you and you will realize that people are too burdened, too worried, trapped in dramas and suffering that they often create themselves. And then Gemini appears with that light energy, that relaxed manner, that ability to make others laugh even in the most difficult moments. This is not superficiality, as some may think. This is spiritual medicine. The ability to bring lightness to heavy situations is a rare and powerful gift. You can look at a problem that is suffocating someone and, with a simple change of perspective, show that it is not so serious, that there is a way out, that it is possible to breathe. Your youthful energy, your curiosity, your natural optimism, all of this works as an antidote to the excessive seriousness that imprisons so many souls. It's not that you don't take life seriously. You simply understand something that many still haven't grasped. Life is meant to be lived, experienced, celebrated, not merely survived. You know that taking everything too seriously can rob us of the joy of the present, can make us forget that we are here to experience, not just to suffer and fulfill obligations. This wisdom has been ingrained in your soul since birth, and your mission is to remind others of it through your way of being. But understand, bringing lightness doesn't mean running away from problems or being irresponsible. It means having the wisdom not to drown in dramas, not to transform every difficulty into a tragedy. It means maintaining faith that things can improve, that there is always a positive side, that the sun shines again after the storm. And you, Gemini, carry this faith within you in an almost childlike way, in the best sense of the word. You keep alive that inner part that believes in possibilities, in good surprises, in unexpected twists. And when you share that energy with others, when you make someone laugh after days of crying, when you manage to distract a tormented mind even if only for a few minutes, you are performing a true miracle. You are bringing fresh air to suffocated lungs. You are reminding people that there is life beyond pain. Now, the challenge of this mission is that often you will not be taken seriously precisely because of your lightness. People may find you superficial, they may say that you are not deep enough, that you run away from important things. But the truth is that you just have a different way of dealing with depth. You don't always have to be serious and grumpy to be profound. You can touch on the most important issues in life while maintaining a light spirit. And this confuses those who think that wisdom needs to come packaged in gravity. Don't let yourself be affected by these criticisms. You know who you are and what your mission is. You know that your joy is not ignorance, it is a conscious choice. It is the choice not to let the darkness of this world extinguish your light. And that choice is revolutionary, it is courageous. Because maintaining joy in a world full of reasons to be sad requires spiritual strength. It requires you to connect with something greater, with the faith that behind everything there is a purpose, there is love, there is divinity. So continue being that refreshing energy wherever you go. Continue making people smile. Continue bringing interesting conversations. Continue showing that it's possible to live more lightly. The world desperately needs this medicine that you carry. It needs to remember that life is also joy, also discovery, also play. And you, in fulfilling this mission, are literally healing wounded hearts, oxygenating suffocated souls, reminding humanity that it's still worth being here. Mission 4. Break mental patterns and free trapped thoughts. Gemini's fourth spiritual mission is to be a mental revolutionary, someone who came to question, to challenge, to break down thought structures that keep people trapped in invisible cages. You don't accept things simply because they've always been that way. You want to know why, you want to understand the logic, you want to question tradition. And this characteristic of yours, which is often seen as rebellion or stubbornness, is actually an essential spiritual mission. You came to liberate minds. Think about how many people live repeating thoughts that aren't even their own, believing in things they've never stopped to question, following rules that don't make sense just because everyone else does. These people are asleep while awake, living on autopilot, trapped in mental patterns that have been programmed into them since childhood. And then Gemini appears, asking uncomfortable questions, presenting new perspectives, showing that there is another way to see things. In the beginning, you may even be rejected for this. People don't like it when someone shakes their certainties, when someone questions what they've always believed to be absolute truth. But you can't give up on your mission just because you encounter resistance. Because after the initial resistance, after the dust settles, those questions you planted begin to germinate. People start to think for themselves, they start to question their own beliefs, they start to awaken. And all because you had the courage to be different, to think outside the box, to not conform to what everyone else accepts. Your restless mind, your need to explore different points of view, your ability to see both sides of any issue. All of these are spiritual tools for you to fulfill this mission. You are not here to convince anyone of anything specific. You are here to show that there are options, that reality is not black and white, that we can choose how we want to think and live. And that is profoundly liberating. How many people live trapped in limiting beliefs, thinking they can't do this or that they don't deserve such a thing, that they were born to suffer. These beliefs are mental prisons, and you, Gemini, have the key to open those doors. You do this through your words, your questions, your contagious curiosity. When you demonstrate genuine interest in understanding other perspectives, when you present new information that people have never considered, when you gently challenge the assumptions they have about themselves and the world, you are literally reprogramming minds. You are creating new neural connections, opening new paths of thought, planting seeds of possibilities that didn't even exist before. But here's the care you need to take in this mission. Questioning is not the same as destroying without building anything in its place. Your role is not just to tear down people's beliefs and leave them lost. Your role is to show alternatives, to expand horizons, to offer new ways of thinking that are more liberating and more truthful. So when you question something, do it with love, with the genuine desire to help the person break free, not just to prove you're right. Because true mental liberation comes from understanding, not imposition. And when you are aligned with your spiritual mission, know this. You don't want to be the owner of the truth. You want to be the facilitator of the search for truth. You want to inspire people to think for themselves, to question everything, including what you yourself say. Because you understand that mental freedom is a sacred right of every soul. And your role is simply to remind people that they have this right, that they can choose their thoughts, that they don't need to live trapped in patterns that no longer serve them. Continue being this agent of mental change. Keep asking questions, keep presenting new ideas, keep showing that it's possible to think differently. The world is changing rapidly, and it needs agile minds like yours to help in the transition. It needs people who are not afraid to question the status quo, who are not content with shallow answers, who delve deep in the search for truth. This is your mission, and you fulfill it every time you refuse to accept a ready-made answer, every time you seek to understand more deeply, every time you open someone's mind to new possibilities. Mission 5. To be the messenger between the divine and the human. The fifth spiritual mission of Gemini is perhaps the most sacred of all, although many Geminis don't even realize they are fulfilling it. You are a messenger not only between people but between dimensions. You are here to bring messages from the spiritual world to the material world, to translate divine language into words that ordinary people can understand. This may sound too grand, but think about it. How many times have you had a strong intuition and shared it with someone, and it completely changed the course of that person's life? How many times have you said something without even thinking much, and then someone told you that those words were exactly what they needed to hear at that moment? This is not luck, this is not coincidence. This is you being a channel. This is you fulfilling your mission as a divine messenger. What happens is that Gemini has a very strong connection with the dimension of pure communication, that sphere where ideas exist before they become words. You can access information that comes from higher planes and bring it to physical reality through your speech, your writing, your expressions. That's why sometimes you say things you didn't even know you knew. That's why sometimes words come out of your mouth, as if someone were speaking through you. Because someone is. Your soul, your spiritual guides. The universe itself uses you as an instrument to transmit important messages. And the most beautiful part of this is that you don't always need to be conscious of the process for it to happen. Your mission works automatically when you are open, when you are present, when you are allowing life to flow through you without resistance. But you can enhance this mission when you become aware of it, when you understand that you are not just you speaking, you are a divine channel. When you begin to realize this, when you allow yourself to be used in this way with humility and gratitude, then your capacity to be a messenger multiplies. You begin to receive clearer, stronger, more impactful messages. You begin to perceive when it is your personal voice speaking and when it is something greater speaking through you. And this is a blessing, an honor bestowed upon your sign. Now, this mission also comes with great responsibility, because if you are a messenger, you need to be careful about what you transmit. You need to be energetically aligned, you need to be spiritually clean, you need to be connected to your inner truth. Because if you are not well, if you are vibrating at low frequencies, you may end up being a channel for messages that do not serve the greater good. That is why it is so important that you take care of your energy, that you choose well what you consume, what you think, with whom you relate. Because all of this affects your ability to be a clear messenger. Think of yourself as a radio. If the antenna is clean, the sound comes out clear. If there is interference, the sound comes out distorted. You are the antenna between heaven and earth, and your inner clarity determines the quality of the messages you transmit. So take care of yourself with great affection, understanding that your well-being is not just yours. It affects all the people who will receive your words, your ideas, your presence. Furthermore, being a messenger also means you will experience moments of overwhelming information, times when your mind will be extremely active, full of insights, ideas, and revelations. Don't fight it, don't try to slow down just because the rest of the world thinks you should be quieter or more focused on one thing. Your mind was made to work this way, fast, agile, capturing multiple frequencies at the same time. Accept this as part of your divine nature. What you need to learn is simply how to organize this flood of information, how to discern what is important to share and what is just noise. And this comes with practice, with self-knowledge, with time. But never doubt that you have a special gift for communication, a gift placed in you by the universe itself so that you could fulfill this sacred mission. Every conversation you have can be an opportunity to transmit light, to uplift someone, to plant a divine seed in the heart of another soul. Every word you write can deeply touch someone, can change a life, can be the push someone needed to take an important step. Never underestimate the power of your words, because they are not just yours, they come from a much higher place. Continue being that open channel. Continue trusting the words that reach you. Continue sharing what you receive. The universe chose you for this mission because it trusts you, because it knows you have the lightness and versatility necessary to be an efficient messenger between worlds. Mission 6. Teaching through adaptability and flexibility. Gemini's sixth spiritual mission is related to one of its most striking, yet most misunderstood characteristics, its adaptability. You came here to teach the world the importance of being flexible, of knowing how to adapt to circumstances, of not being too rigid in your certainties and plans. In a world that values consistency, stability, and constancy so much, Gemini arrives to say, but what about fluidity? What about the ability to change when necessary? What about the wisdom of not clinging to what no longer serves you? This is a profound lesson that humanity needs to learn, and you are here to demonstrate it through your way of life. Think of nature. It is not rigid, it adapts. Water flows around obstacles, trees bend with the wind, animals change their habits when the environment changes. This is the wisdom of life, and Gemini understands this at the soul level. You know that clinging too much to an idea, a plan, a way of being can be your prison. You know that life is always changing, always bringing new things, always asking us to evolve. And you're not afraid to change, you embrace it. But the rest of the world is very afraid. People build rigid identities, create detailed plans for their entire lives, and then suffer too much when things don't go as expected. And then you appear, showing that it's possible to live differently, that it's possible to be yourself without always being the same, that it's possible to change your mind without it meaning you're weak or indecisive. Your mission is to break this myth that change is bad, that being too consistent is a virtue. No, it's not always. Sometimes the true virtue lies in having the courage to let go of what no longer makes sense, to try new things, to reinvent yourself as many times as necessary. And you do this naturally, you demonstrate it with your life. How many times have you changed your interests, your hobbies, your group of friends, your way of thinking? And each change taught you something, made you grow, took you to places you would never have reached if you had stayed in the same place. That's the beauty of adaptability. It keeps you alive, keeps you learning, keeps you interested in life. And when people see you living like that, when they realize you're not lost just because you've changed direction several times, they start to question their own rigidity. They start to think, can I also allow myself to change? Do I need to stay stuck in this life I've built just because people expect that of me? And these questions are revolutionary, they are liberating. You are planting these seeds of freedom simply by being who you are, simply by living your truth. But of course, this mission also has its challenges. Many times you will be criticized for your inconsistency. They will say that you don't finish what you start, that you are superficial, that you don't commit to anything. And that can hurt, it can make you doubt yourself. But here's the truth. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to fit into the mold of how other people think you should be. Your mission is precisely to break those molds, to show that there are other valid ways to live. And when you embrace that, when you stop apologizing for being who you are, that's when you truly shine. That's when you fulfill your mission masterfully. Because you demonstrate that it's possible to be multifaceted, that it's possible to contain multitudes within a single soul, that it's possible to live 1,000 lives within a single life. And that inspires people in ways you can't even imagine. There are souls that are suffocating because they force themselves to be something they're not, because they're trapped in roles that no longer fit them, because they're afraid of disappointing others if they change. And when those souls see you, when they perceive your freedom, something within them awakens. They think, if he can do it, I can too. If she allows herself to change, I can too. And that's the greatest gift you can give the world. Permission for people to be fluid, for them to allow themselves to evolve without guilt. So don't let criticism make you give up on this mission. Don't let the judgment of others make you want to become more rigid, more predictable, more like what everyone expects. Because the world doesn't need another person living on autopilot. The world needs you with all your flexibility, all your versatility, all your ability to adapt and still remain essentially you. Continue being that living example that change is not weakness, it's strength. Continue showing that life is meant to be experienced, not just survived in a safe but boring routine. Continue being living proof that it's possible to live lightly, even in a world that insists on being heavy and predictable. This is your mission, and the universe thanks you for having the courage to fulfill it, even when it means swimming against the current. Mission 7. Keep alive the sacred curiosity and eternal youth of the spirit. The seventh and final spiritual mission of Gemini is perhaps the most beautiful of all, to keep the flame of sacred curiosity and the eternal youth of the spirit burning. You came here to remind us that we should never stop asking questions, never stop marveling at the world, never let routine and cynicism extinguish that sparkle in the eyes that children have when they discover something new. This is a vital mission because the world is full of people who have given up on dreaming, who have accepted that life is only what they see, who have stopped seeking magic and meaning in small things. And then Gemini appears with that vibrant energy, with that hunger to know, with that ability to be enchanted by a detail that everyone has seen 1,000 times but you can see in a new way. This is not childishness, as some may pejoratively think. This is profound wisdom. Because true wisdom knows that we never know enough, that there is always more to discover, that life is an infinite mystery that will never be fully deciphered. And instead of discouraging you, it energizes you. You love the fact that there's always more to learn, more to experience, more to understand. Your curiosity isn't superficial. It's a spiritual quest. Every question you ask, every new subject you investigate, every conversation you have is a way for you to honor the mystery of existence. It's your way of saying to the universe, I am here, I am present, I want to know everything you have to show me. And the universe loves that because curiosity is the language of a living, engaged, growing soul. Now, your mission is not only to keep that curiosity alive within yourself, but also to rekindle that flame in others. Because how many people do you know who have lost the will to learn, who think they already know everything they need to know, who have closed themselves off to the new because they are afraid or lazy? These people are dying while still alive. They are merely existing without truly living. And you, with your contagious energy, your genuine enthusiasm, your 1,000 questions, you nudge these people back into life. You remind them how enjoyable it is to learn something new, how satisfying it is to understand a concept that was previously confusing, how fun it is to simply talk about ideas. You rekindle the spark that was almost extinguished. And that is an immense spiritual service because you are literally bringing people back to life. Furthermore, your youthful spirit is medicine for a world that ages too quickly, that lives too heavily, that forgets to play. You show that it's possible to maintain lightness, humor, the capacity to be surprised, even when you've already experienced a lot. You prove that age is not determined by how many years you have, but by how open your mind is, by how curious your heart still is. There are 20-year-olds who are already old in spirit, tired, disillusioned. And there are 70-year-olds who still have that sparkle in their eyes, that will to live, that childlike curiosity. And you, Gemini, regardless of your physical age, will always have this spiritual youthfulness if you remain true to your nature. But here is the secret you need to keep. This curiosity needs to be protected. We live in a world that tries to teach us cynicism, that tries to make us believe that being disillusioned is being intelligent, that questioning everything with distrust is being mature. Don't fall into that trap. You can be critical without being cynical. You can be intelligent without being disillusioned. You can question while maintaining the hope of finding beautiful answers. Your questioning doesn't come from a place of negativity. It comes from a place of love for truth, of fascination with knowledge, of respect for mystery. Maintain this purity of intention. Keep asking questions because you truly want to know, not to prove you're smarter than others. Keep seeking knowledge because it nourishes your soul, not just to accumulate information. Keep being enchanted by the world because you understand that each day is new, each moment is unique, each conversation is an opportunity to learn something that can change your life. And when you live like this, when you fulfill this mission with all your heart, you become a source of inspiration for everyone around you. People look at you and think, I also want to live like this, I also want to feel this joy, I also want to have this energy. And then you are multiplying your mission. You are creating a wave of curiosity and spiritual youth that spreads far beyond you. So never ever let anyone convince you to grow up in the bad sense of the word, in the sense of becoming too serious, too closed off, too self-assured. Keep that part of you that is eternally young, that is easily amazed, that loves a good conversation, that gets excited about new ideas. That is your sacred mission, and the world desperately needs it. It needs more people like you, who remind the rest of humanity that life is an incredible adventure full of things to discover, and that it is worth being here, worth being awake, worth being curious. We have reached the end of Gemini's 7 spiritual missions, and if you've made it this far, it's because something within you has recognized these truths. Perhaps you were already fulfilling these missions without even knowing they were missions, or perhaps now you finally understand why certain things have always been so natural to you. The important thing is that now you are aware. Now you know that it's no coincidence that you were born under this sign, that it's no coincidence that you have these characteristics, these abilities, these challenges. Everything is part of a larger plan, a divine purpose that your soul chose even before incarnating in this body. And when you live in alignment with your spiritual missions, when you embrace your true purpose, life begins to flow differently. Things start to make sense, the right doors begin to open, the right people begin to appear. Because you are finally living what you came here to do. You are being who you were born to be. So my invitation to you today is, look at these 7 missions and choose at least one to begin living more consciously. It could be the mission of being a bridge, of spreading knowledge, of bringing lightness, of breaking mental patterns, of being a divine messenger, of teaching flexibility, or of keeping sacred curiosity alive. Choose the one that resonated most with your heart, and make it a sacred commitment to your own soul. Because in the end, you are not here to live a small, ordinary life without purpose. You are here to shine, to make a difference, to fulfill those missions that only you can fulfill in the way you do. And the more you connect with that, the more you become a pure channel of light in this world. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to receive more content that will help you understand your spiritual path and live with more purpose and awareness. If this message resonated with your sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive, messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And now I want to know from you, which of these 7 missions touched your heart the most? Which one do you feel you are already fulfilling, and which one do you need to develop further? Leave your birth date in the comments and tell me which mission made the most sense to you. Let's create a community of conscious Geminis who understand their purpose and are committed to living their spiritual missions with love and dedication. Until the next video, and may the stars continue to illuminate your path.